It's all aboard Royal Princess, one of the world's largest luxury cruise ships.
I haven't been on one that big before.
As crew and passengers set sail around the Mediterranean.
I love a good adventure.
With cruising more popular than ever and a choice of over 130 competing cruise ships,
we like to have a certain element of class.
being second best is not an option.
How many whales will there be outside the ship, and what side will they be on today?
With 4,000 passengers all expecting 5-star service,
No pressure.
the crew of 1,400 must cope when the unexpected happens.
It's a train smash, but this is what happens on ships, you know? It's very unpredictable.
This time, as the Mediterranean season draws to a close,
Truffle oil, where's it?
with 2 weddings on the same day, Chef David has to pull out all the stops.
I'm running left, right, up and down all day today.
Captain Nick struggles with getting the groom's name right.
Martin Cochran and Cochran.
I don't like mornings.
And Timothy's timekeeping could get him into trouble.
Yes, I have a problem with that.
Royal Princess is heading towards southern Spain, and Captain Nick Nash is starting his day with a tricky maneuver.
We're going into Cartagena, which is a lovely Spanish port. This is one of the more challenging ports because it's tight and windy. So for us, it's quite a wiggle coming in.
Cartagena port has breakwaters on either side, barriers that protect it from the waves, but they give big ships a navigational challenge.
Everybody happy with the plan there?
Captain Nick has to choose the exact moment to slalom around the barriers, aiming to keep a safe 30 meters from them.
Executed a turn to starboard. Rudders on.
Looking good, Captain. We are just going to the right position.
After a wriggly start to the day, in his crew cabin, shore excursion agent Timothy is having a bad hair day with his job of selling tours to passengers.
I'm just calling my manager, because I might be late for work this morning. Uh-oh. So, do you know how hard it is to get ready in the morning on a ship? It's either the mirror that's bouncing around, or you're in the shower and you're being smashed from side to side. It's ridiculous.
The ship has a strict timekeeping culture.
Just 3?
And with a performance review with his manager tomorrow, will Timothy's punctuality cause problems?
There you go, no problem. I don't like mornings. But when I'm there, I'm present and I'm fun and outgoing. So I'm hoping that they will focus more on that. But we'll see.
Also tomorrow, the ship unusually has 2 weddings on one day. The job of marshalling the galley, beauticians, the florist and others involved falls to passenger services manager Ina.
It's always something special when you have a wedding. I'm always nervous. Nothing ever has gone wrong and nothing will go wrong, but I just, yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Couple 1 is Rochelle and Martin from New Zealand.
The important thing is that we get married and we have a fun day, and we just decided, you know what, let's just sail away.
Couple 2 is Fiona and Conrad from the UK.
They've got it all sorted out, so they tell us where we're going to be, they lead us by the hand and make sure we're in the right place, and we don't have to worry about anything, so it's really stress-free.
But it's not stress-free in the galley. Chef David and Chief Pastry Chef Hernan have 2 wedding parties with exacting requests to cater for.
You could almost compare it to plastering. Plastering a wall. Now, I don't think people really understand and appreciate the artistry that goes into creating something like this.
With the average cost of a UK wedding being £34,000, a cruise ship wedding package can be as little as £2,500. And 18 couples tied the knot in the Med this season.
You know, if you take the responsibility of an important day like this, and you don't live up to the expectations of the bride and the groom or the people that are paying for it, obviously you're going to be in trouble. And that's the last thing I want, you know what I mean?
On top of the 690 floral displays he makes each week, the wedding flowers are all down to the ship's florist, Jess.
This is a one-time shot, so I know they want it to be perfect, so I always try also to be perfect with the flowers that I make so that I don't receive any complaints after the day. I'm praying that they're going to like what I give them because there's no time already to prepare a new one.
With the pressure on Jess to make 8 bouquets,
Buenas tardes.
Timothy's ashore, escorting 30 passengers on an excursion in Cartagena.
He's a bit bumpy, yeah.
He's visiting a 19th century mineral mine on a 4-hour tour and trying to pick up a bit of Spanish. And the penny is dropping that it's a hard hat area.
Oh no. Do you think it'll wreck?
Yeah.
It will. A bat protector. A murciélagos protector, which is a bat.
What language?
Spanish. Murciélago.
Murciélago.
Murciélagos.
Look how shine when I liked it. It's for that the pyrite is so well known as the fool's gold.
Today I'm an escort, so I'm just hanging out at the back and just kind of count them, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I might lose a couple because we are in a bat cave, so if I see a bat, I'm going to be running out of this cave. I can't handle it.
Timothy's hoping his newfound language prowess will come up tomorrow in his performance review. He can now at least pass on to passengers the Spanish word for bat.
Murciélago. It rolls right off the tongue. Murciélago. Ow!
Your ticket is cancelled, all right?
Murciélago. Hello.
Cartagena port control, Royal Princess, channel 12.
Good evening, everyone. Captain Bridge. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the day in Cartagena here. Certainly a beautiful port there.
A little bit cooler with that northeasterly breeze. You're all back on board nice and early, sir.
On the bridge, rookie 3rd Officer Josh is now on the busy 4 to 8 watch, the shift with the most port arrivals and departures.
Well clear port side.
Now is the time to say if you any concerns or worries, or you think you're up to it.
We've had a couple of months of training on the previous watches, so feeling a little bit anxious as always.
If you were too confident, then I'd be worried, but you've got that little bit of doubt, which is great. Doubt is the beacon of the wise. So
Yes,
if you've got a little bit of doubt in there, you can grab onto a little beacon in the distance there, which says, possibly I need to say something about it, and that's good.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
As Josh tries to conquer his nerves, up on the Lido deck, production crew member Erin has a problem with the synchronized fountain display.
It's a really cool show. Like, it's really fun because it's like at the end there's like a massive, massive jet of water, but we're not getting there.
The display is supposed to build to a 10-meter-high jet finale, with water fed from a 12-ton tank underneath.
Whenever we get to a certain point of the show, there's not enough water in the tanks, so the show stops and we can't continue with the show.
If the tank doesn't refill in time, Erin will have to stop the show early and hope that no one notices.
It's at the critical point at the moment. It's at 5%, and the alarm trigger's at 3%.
It's washout time.
And that's how you avoid the awkward. Okay. I think passengers can tell because it just finishes in the middle of the song, like not at the end. And like you expect it, like at the end of a show to be like a big finish, but it's just like teeters off just a little bit, unfortunately.
It's a job for Mr. Fix-It, hotel services engineer Keith, to solve why the tanks are running out of water. The fountain pump room is where computing meets plumbing.
It's made to be on the shore side, so when the ship moves a bit, I think we'll get inherent problems.
The problem could lie in the complex electronics. But with the ship using 1.2 million litres of fresh water a day, Keith's not yet ruling out the water pipes.
This is the return water valves. These two big ones over here. The return of water is done by gravity. So maybe we've got a bit of a restriction. But to take them out is a few days' work.
Keith's hoping he can come up with a simpler solution. Meanwhile, with tomorrow's 2 weddings looming, Captain Nick has one detail he wants to perfect, as he'll be marrying the couples.
We got the name right, which is always important. But it's a very useful website, that, how to pronounce. And mainly make sure it's in English as well. Cartagena.
All departments are on the lookout for the slightest imperfections.
Can you fix it?
Take it out.
If it's good enough for me, then I'm happy, you know? But I'm not going to send it out like that. It needs to be done properly. Take it out. Oh.
And tomorrow, everyone has to be on their A game. Today is double wedding day. And with Royal Princess at sea all day, Captain Nick gives a big vote of confidence to Junior Officer Josh.
Yes, sir. Happy with everything?
110.
Change to co-nav.
Change to co-navigator. Josh is the co-navigator.
Yes.
Captain still has charge. We can set yellow manning on the bridge.
Yellow man.
Yellow manning means the bridge is crewed by just 3 officers. And as co-navigator, Josh is now trusted to sit in the captain's position.
This is the chair, the main chair. The person essentially in charge of the engine and the helm, navigating the ship. It gives me a good buzz each time I sit here. The novelty doesn't wear off. So all the alarms are on now. I've taken the Ectus alerts on visual, off visual.
With Josh maintaining a steady course, it's D-Day for Chef David and the pressure is on.
That's exactly what you're looking for, you see. I'm running left, right, up and down all day today. Because it's a sea day, first of all. You know, it's nearly 5,500 people that I'm cooking for today. Hey, I've got weddings, 2 weddings going on today as well.
So we've got wedding cake number 1, vanilla sponge.
It's my menu, and it's my reputation on the line. So I want to do it myself. Yeah, thank you very much. Why were you late?
In the spa, Fiona is being pampered.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Me too.
Thanks. You're
I
very
love
clever.
your hair. Oh, thank you.
But with Rochelle, it's Ina, the wedding coordinator, who's having the jitters.
I'm so nervous already today.
Don't be nervous, be excited.
Should be the other way around. I should calm you down, not you me. Enjoy yourself. See you later. Thank you.
Ina pops down to deck 4 to check on how Jess the florist is getting on.
Hello, good morning, Jess. How are you?
First wedding done.
This is for the first one? Yeah. Beautiful. Look how pretty. Very nice. I just checked up on the bride as well, so she's getting her hair done. So she's very excited about the flowers. And I told her as well that we're going to come and pick her up later together so that you can give her the flowers.
It's a busy day for Captain Nick, officiating at 2 weddings and this evening's formal night party.
So we get into our play suit now. As my steward said this morning, today's a 3 costume day. Whites, blues, and then mess kit this evening.
Captain Nick's uniforms are based on 18th century Navy traditions, including a cap tipped with gold leaf.
And the hat, which I only use for weddings, sackings, and a crew round.
Before the weddings, Timothy is hoping to impress his boss, Jerry, in his performance review.
Hola. Hola.
How are you?
But will his timekeeping be his downfall?
Not really nervous.
No?
Well, maybe. A little.
Why? So I want to start first with what I feel are your strengths.
Okay.
You're very friendly.
Yeah.
Super positive energy, always.
Okay.
I have one thing where I can think you still can improve. Do you want to give a random guess of what do you think you can improve?
Well, it's punctuality. But if I have to extend the time that I'm at work, so this is my positive part about it, that I will always stay if I have to. But yes, I have a problem with that.
Definitely something that can be improved, and that's something that, yeah, like we kind of ask.
The first wedding is due to start in 15 minutes.
Just make sure I've got the right wedding, the right name, and the right position.
As Captain Nick heads to the chapel on deck 14.
As I'm English, I'm particularly bad at pronunciation, so I have to have it written down or put it in phonetics. Martin.
How are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Martin John Coghlan.
Coghlan.
As Rochelle and her mum get ready, Ina heads to escort them to the chapel.
It's going to be great. Let's go.
It's time for Jess to hand over his flowers.
Hello. We're here.
Here's...
Wow, look at that. Thanks, Jess.
You like it?
Yeah, it's lovely. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Martin John Cochran and...
Coghlan.
Coghlan. Please just give me
No. No, L-A-N?
Coghlan, okay, that was better.
That one there.
Okay, good. So we're just waiting for Rochelle now, so she should be on her way up, hopefully. But she can't run away, that's a good thing.
But Rochelle is still in her room, applying some final touches of glitter.
I think she's keeping me waiting, isn't she? A couple of extra minutes.
Let's go get married.
Yes, that's the right spirit. I'm sure your groom is very anxious right now, very excited to see you.
Waiting a bit.
Bride number 1 is delivered to the chapel almost on time.
Have you turned to face me and hold
But will Captain Nick get the name right?
You are Martin John Coghlan. Great. And you are Rochelle Payrack. Martin,
Martin,
with this ring,
with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations. So that's one down, the second one to go. We've got the names right, which is always the worry.
Jess is already delivering flowers to bride number 2, Fiona.
Hello.
Here you go.
Oh, those are
Do you
really
like
nice.
it?
Yes, very much so. That's really pretty.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Another satisfied customer for Jess. As Conrad and guests wait in the chapel.
Well, Dad, if you'd like to move closer to me, then the girls can get past me and you go back.
Ready to go? Are you nervous? Excited?
No, you look pretty chill, actually.
Everything was relaxed, easy? Fantastic.
As the master of the royal princess and the legal power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Congratulations. Now kiss your bride.
With the second couple of the day married, Ina can breathe a sigh of relief.
All right, everybody happy? Everybody smiling? Captain happy? Everybody happy? Very good.
As the wedding parties head for the receptions, up on the Lido deck, weddings are far from Keith's mind. He's following his hunch of what's wrong with the fountains.
It's clean.
He thinks it's rubbish.
Right, we'll take one off on the other side.
Rubbish in the drains might be restricting the flow of water back to the tank.
Clean again.
But just when he's doubting himself...
Aha! Lots of rubbish. In fact, there's rubbish in all of them. The big problem we have is they use this for sunbathing. So there's straws, chewing gum, it gets washed down here, and as you can see, that's the main drain, so if the water's not coming back, it could be one of our problems.
After nearly an hour cleaning out the drains, it's time for Keith to put his theory to the test.
So what we're going to do now is run a show and just see how it works.
But will it reach the big climax? It's looking like Keith's hunch has paid off.
The test went good. We done 3 straight off, which you don't normally do, and it hung in there with about 15–20% left in the tank, which is more than enough. I'm happy with that.
For now, Keith's feeling flushed with success.
Till the next time. Till the next time.
I would just like to propose a toast to the newly married couple. Congratulations.
Meanwhile, Fiona and Conrad's wedding party has moved to Club 6 Bar for a buffet.
Cheers.
And Martin, Rochelle and her mum have got the best table in Sabatini's restaurant. Over in the galley, Chef David is personally making sure their meal is perfect.
What are you doing? You've got two hands. Let's go. Hello. Finish. Chef. Go the other side, Chef. Truffle oil. Truffle oil. Where's it?
Chef David's gourmet menu is served.
This is absolutely beautiful. It tastes divine.
That's incredible. Wow, what a chef.
Yeah, it's just all come together so well, and we know that there's been so much work behind the scenes.
Smile.
It's so important to have the whole army of people around us helping with everything.
With the weddings a success, down in his cabin, Timothy is getting into his formal whites as the season draws to a close.
Tonight is formal night, and some of us from each department have to go and just kind of be present there. Just talk to passengers, walk around. Some passengers get really dressed up and they look really good, so I mean, we have to put an effort too.
In the piazza, 600 passengers are gathering for a final celebration. And for Captain Nick, there's one last costume change of the day.
I've actually been fairly busy today. I'm married to a couple, so congratulations to them. I always like to leave you with a misquote from Robbie Louis Stevenson, who said, "To travel is a much better thing than to arrive, but the true success is to have enjoyed." Bon voyage and have a great evening. Thank you.
With almost 200 bottles of house champagne quaffed and thousands of photographs taken, Royal Princess ends her Mediterranean summer season. Next time, it's Destination Alaska.